Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon has turned out to be quite a nice afternoon. We've had a bit of rain this morning. It's still been quite humid, but I had a question. I think James O'Brien asked me to explain a bit more about the blocks rotation. So the blocks here are is one of my tools to managing my pasture. So it's an easy way for me to, I'm a visual person, it's an easy way for me to be able to work out where the cows are going to be going. So the paddocks that are at the bottom, they're ready for grazing. So all I do is I select a few of these paddocks and I go and have a look around, or have a look when I'm riding around doing jobs on the farm. I know where the cows are going to be going because I keep track of this. And so tomorrow they're going to be having 20, 17 and 14, 3 paddocks. So those 3 there will get pulled out and they'll get placed on the top and they'll work their way back down. So as you pull them out of the bottom, you put them at the top and they work their way down, so you end up, all the paddocks that are getting close to the bottom are the ones that are getting closest to grazing. And any that I've got, so out of the rotation I've got turnips and silage or hay. So that's the block system. Well, that's what I use. So just sort of give you a bit of a rundown on what are some of my tools for managing the pasture. So one is the blocks, the other is the motorbike, and actually getting out on the farm and having a look at these paddocks here with my eyes and having to ride through and see which ones are ready for grazing. And also the length of the rotation and the time of the year. So one thing that I'd say is actually go and talk to your boss or other farmers and see what they do. So at the moment we're on a 19 to 21 day rotation, give or take. We started that rotation at the end of September, so that prior to that obviously we've got calving, so the rotation through calving, I couldn't tell you what it is. It's always the rotation length is getting smaller. The days of them getting back to the paddock to regraze it is getting shorter because the grass is starting to grow. So at the end of September this year is when we went on to a 19 to 21 day rotation. It's just when I thought the grass was there. And we carry that rotation right through to the 1st of January, and then when we get to the turnips, we slow the cows down to a 30-day rotation by feeding the cows turnips in the morning and then giving them 2 paddocks in the afternoon, 2 paddocks for the rest of the day. So that's what that's how I go down to a slower rotation, by putting in the turnips. So it's really just filling a spot. Quite often, well, when I haven't had turnips or when I'm slowing them down other times, I'll save some longer paddocks, and I might, so say if you've got to go down from 3 paddocks to 2.5, then you would save a longer paddock and you would split it in half. And there's a bit more feed in there for them. So the turnips slow them down to 30 days, and then they stay on a 30-day rotation right through till the beginning of May, and then in May we slow them down to a 60-day rotation. So on this farm, a 60-day rotation is about 1 paddock, give or take. Obviously we do have 68 paddocks, so there is room to give them an extra paddock here and there. And then on the 1st of June is when we go to a 120-day rotation, which is half a paddock. and start feeding out silage. So like so we've got 68 paddocks, so 30 something day rotation, but having the extra paddocks, just some of those paddocks you can only get one grazing out of, not two. So yeah, so the rotation length always is up and down. It's not exactly 60, 30 or 21 or 120. It's moving a little bit. So yeah, hope that helps you guys. Yeah, I guess how I farm. Keep it simple. Right, so just giving you a bit of a rundown on how I myself manage my pasture. It's how I do it. So there are going to be other people who are going to do it different ways. You would have seen a plate meter in the shot. I used that in the earlier days, so when I first started farming on this farm I used the plate meter. Now I have a pretty good eye on what is in the paddock for the cows. So yeah, it's just how I do it. It might not be the right way for some people, but that doesn't matter. That's how I do it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and check out some of my other videos. Click thumbs up or thumbs down if you like or don't like the content. Otherwise, I'll see you another time. Bye.